So in admin preferences, so we have seen this general topics like code separator, starting day of week and activity duration and password policy. Now we will move to data limits. So data limits in the sense, for example, you are having OBS tree maximum levels. In OBS, you can able to have maximum of 20 levels, and like that for resources we can able to have a maximum of 20 levels. If you want to change, you can able to change it. So for example, I am just putting OBS 100. So it is telling maximum levels in OBS tree must be between 1 and then 25. So we can able to input only those value. So if it is like more than that, it will show the this danger symbol. So we can't able to input. By default, it is like 20. So the same for other topics also, like activity code, resource code, project code, and everything. In cost account also we have levels up to 20. Okay, I'm just going to put 100 again. We will check whether it is possible or not. And here also it is saying that it is applicable only between 1 and 25. So we can't able to like input more than that. So no need to memorize all these things. So by default we will be having all these values. If you want to change, you can able to change here. So we also having like maximum baselines per project. So we can able to have many n number of baseline. So that is what the main advantage that we have in Primavera. So for example, I am just going to put 1000. See, we can able to input. So Primavera, it's a kind of database management program. So where we can able to have n number of baselines, that is not possible with the other project management softwares. So mainly for baseline, many people, many organization using Primavera. Okay. So by default, it is like a 10. So maximum baselines copied with the project, we can able to give 3. So here I'm just going to put a sum 1000. So it is telling maximum baselines copied with project must be between 1 and 50. So you can able to input those values. So this is what we have in our data limits, and we can just go for ID length. So specify the maximum number of characters that you are going to input as ID for each field. Okay. For example, project ID, resource ID, activity ID, cost account ID, like that. So you can able to input some 100 and I'm just putting. So then it will be telling you the default values. It can able to like have 1 to 40 characters, not more than that. Okay, so like this you can able to modify the ID length as well. So I'm just going for time periods. So this time period is very important. Specify the number of work hours for each time period. For example, each day we will be having particular hours. For some people working for 10 hours, so you have to input 10 here and you need to calculate your work per week. For example, 10 into 6, if it is like 6-day calendar, then you have to put a 60 here. So like that it will be. Okay, so you need to update it. So where it will be like useful. For example, if you are using like this for week, we will be having abbreviation W. If you are putting 2W, it will take 2 into 40, 80 hours directly. So better if you are updating at least hours per day and hours per week, so that the software, if you are inputting as a week or inputting as a month, it will take care of calculations based on the values over here. So it is better to update these things in admin preferences. It won't get updated. For example, if I am putting 10, so hours per week, it won't get updated. So in that case, if you are using 1 week, which means only 40, but it has to be like 10 into 660, so 20 hours less than that you will be having. So to avoid like that kind of clashes, you can able to go for updating here. For example, 10 in the sense 60. So it will be like visible in calendar also. And we also having time period abbreviations. So for minutes we can't able to put m, as we also have a m for month, so they are using n. After m we have n, and then we also have hours h, days d, weeks w, years y. If you want to change, you can change. For example, if you want to change this as min, minutes, and you can put a hr for hours, and you can just put a day, you can put days also. And for examples, for weeks you can able to put week. For a month I'm just putting a month. So like this you can able to put maximum 4 characters we can able to input. So here I'm just putting, then everything will be in this abbreviation. So I'm just going to close it. So no need to save, it will be getting updated. Now I'm just going for some dates. For example, I'm just going for activity, and we will see like status, and we here we can able to see like we can go for original 1 day. Here it is like getting updated. I think better D. See 1 day, 1 day. Otherwise you can put only day. Admin preferences, and then I'm just going to put a day only. After closing, see it is immediately like updating. These are the simple things like this Oracle Primavera. You can able to make changes, and you can able to do customization as per your need. And we can just go for, so now we can just go for earned value, and here in earned value we can able to choose whatever the methods we want. For example, technique for computing performance percent complete, you can able to take all these methods. Otherwise by default it is like use WBS milestones. And we can go for technique for computing estimate to complete. So normally we will be using PF equal to 1 by cost performance index. Otherwise if you want any of this method you can able to use. And for earned value calculation, when calculating earned value from a baseline, budgeted value with the planned dates, and we also have other 3 options at completion value with current dates. If you want to like change anything apart from default, you can able to change from here. This is absolutely for earned value analysis. And also we have a report section here for headers and footers. Specify the 3 set of header, footer and custom labels to place on application reports. So here we are generating reports now. So in that we can able to use this sets. We can able to have 3 sets by default. So in that header you can able to input, footer you can able to input, and custom label if you want anything you can able to input. Okay, for second set also, for third set also. After closing it will be getting updated, and we can able to select the sets from the report. Now in options we will see what are all the things we have, like specify the interval to summarize and store resource spreads. So for summarization of projects we can able to go for selecting by calendar, or we can just go for by financial period, and you can able to choose month or week. Like this you can able to go for WBS level and also for resource or assignments. And we also have contract management URL. If you have any link you can able to put a enable link to contract management, and you can able to input the link here. And we can also go for online help. Never change this, actually this is like online help. So we can able to like get this tools information from Oracle website itself. So that's why they have that HTTPS address. Always launch online help for the F1 shortcut. So if you are inputting F1 shortcut, it will directly go to the online help. So that's why they have this website address here. So we also have rate types here. Here we have default title, and also we have user defined title. So this we can't able to change. We have only 5 methods. Cost per quantity 1, quantity 2, quantity 3, quantity 4, quantity 5. We can able to like user define the title. So standard rate, internal rate, external rate, price per unit 4, price per unit 5. So you can able to put a contractor rate, subcontractor rate, and builder rate, and then individual rates, like that. It depends on your conditions and depends on your project. So never change it. By default, we are using standard rate system. So you can use as it is. And we also have industry selection. So this is what it will be asking when you are opening for the first time after installation to select the industry that what you want. So you can able to select the industry to use for terminologies and default calculation. For example, default calculation in the sense we have like some calculations in Primavera. For example, top-down estimation, it is by calculating itself, and also for some updations for resource leveling and everything, it is like doing by itself. So in that case, if you are like choosing the particular industry, it will be even more like productive. So you will be getting even more accurate result. So mainly we will be having engineering and construction. So that's why it is by default having that option. If you want to choose government, aerospace and defense, you can choose it. And you can just go for high technology, manufacturing and others, or any of these options. Okay, these things also we have in Primavera. So these are all the things we have in admin preferences in Oracle Primavera P6.